Hey everybody, Nick Licameli here. Today we're talking about something that is true for bodybuilding, fitness, the healthcare system, and pretty much everything in life. And it's the concept of not complaining unless you try to do something about it first. So if you complain about someone or something without that person or without that thing being aware that they're doing something wrong or doing something that is irritating you, you can't blame that person or that thing because they are unaware, right? So if they're ignorant and they don't know what's going on, how are they supposed to change it? It's just not fair to complain about something if it's not brought to that other party's attention. So a lot of times there are criticisms of the healthcare system that most healthcare practitioners aren't well versed in how to treat athletes or weightlifters, right? The old, you go to the doctor with knee pain and they tell you not to squat for 4 weeks rather than diving into your program, giving you different variations, asking about your, volume and dosage. And now the issue I have with that is, yes, that may be true that happens, but and as Tom Bilyeu always says, everything is my fault, right? Everything is my fault. So it's my fault that that's happening because I know better and I'm not going out there and educating enough, right? I'm not going out there and meeting with these doctors who may not know this stuff. And that's not their fault that they don't know it. They're good at their job, and their job isn't to dive into someone's training program and make modifications. That's my job. So it's my fault that those things happen. I don't blame healthcare practitioners for not doing that because they don't know. They don't know. They just don't know. They're not well versed in that stuff. And that's my job to get out there and educate. So rather than just sit back and complain about the healthcare system, I tend not to do that because I feel like it's my job to provide a portion of that change. And I don't know who said it, but I heard it from, again, Tom Bilyeu. And he said there are two things you should never complain about or worry about or stress about. First is things that you can't change. And second are things that you can change, right? Because things that you can't change, you can't change. So there's no use worrying about it or complaining about it. Things that you can change, there's no use worrying about it or complaining about it because you can change it. You can do something about it. So you should be using your time to try to change it and try to make change for the better rather than complain about it. So again, this goes to anything in life, whether it's a relationship, if your significant other puts the toilet paper roll in the way that you don't like it, so it comes out the bottom versus comes out the front. You can complain about that. But if that significant other doesn't realize that that's an issue for you, you can't blame them to keep doing it. Now, once you bring it to their attention, if they keep doing it, then it's on them, right? Then it's on them. Then it's time for some communication and kind of work things out. But until you bring it to the surface and until you try to do something about it, you can't complain and you can't blame the person. Just like if you see someone doing some craziness in the gym and, you complain to other people about, the newcomers to the gym or people that don't know what they're doing. They sit on their phones on the machines or they're in the squat rack and they're curling or they're doing some crazy, awful form, doing some exercise. They don't know any better maybe, right? Maybe they don't know any better. And I'm not a fan of giving advice where advice isn't wanted or asked for, but you can't complain unless you try to do something about it. So if there is a newcomer, if there is someone young at the gym and they're sitting on a machine on their phone, approach them and just tell them, just educate them. Tell them what you're thinking. Tell them what you're feeling. Just say, usually in a gym like this, it's proper etiquette. If you're going to be on your phone, that's fine, but maybe just get off the machine. This way other people can use it, and then you can kind of come back on when you're done doing what you're doing on your phone. But they have to know that, right? If they don't know that that's not acceptable, you can't complain about it, and you can't blame them for it. They say being ignorant is like being dead. It affects everyone else, and you don't know about it, right? So if there is something going on, if there is something that you feel needs to change, don't complain about it. Do not complain about it. You have no right complaining about it unless you try to do something about it first. All right, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time.